Okay, I am recording now. It is 1:27 in the morning. Um January 17th. The year is 2020. Ryan here, playing Star Trek Online. With me is Mitty, my kitty. And instead of playing each episode bit by bit and randomly exploring and stuff, I wanted to basically give my thoughts, kind of like a mission log, what they would do on Star Trek, the captain's log, on what my thoughts are on the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories in the Klingon War arc of Star Trek Online. So first, basically, you go through the tutorial, and that can, if you play it naturally, it can go from like 90 minutes, and then if you skip it, you get the fast track to success. Then you play this one, Diplomatic Orders, to where you go down to Vulcan, and these things would take like 90 minutes or so I didn't really want to do individual cut recordings as I was playing through that one where you go down to Vulcan and you try to look for the Vulcan ambassador. Um, I did get lost and it did take a while. So yeah, skipping through that. I am playing through on this character, Ryan Mir. I'd like to say Mir Ryan, but my Terran captain, the Terran Empire in this universe, which kind of makes sense because of if you go down to the Discovery section, which I have played on other characters, so I'm not entirely lost. It would make sense that he would be doing this, but anyways, it just seems. I mean, not on this character per se, but I have played it on others, and so I am familiar with the concept. And Star Trek Discovery does seem to be disconnected from the rest of the game, to be honest. And the sad thing about that is I really wish there was some Star Trek Enterprise missions to play on here. So, yeah. So, anyways, the nature of the course of the game, you explore, you go and get oriented. You go through the tutorial. You go and explore the starbase, and then you get your first mission, Diplomatic Orders. You go down to Vulcan, find the Vulcan ambassador. Um, pick up some particles along the way, find the ambassador, then you go through and you take him somewhere, or wait a minute, you try to take him somewhere. Klingon interrupts you, threatens you, tells you you got species 8472, which is the ambassador in question, and then you go down to another planet. Now this particular planet is one of the first ones in the game, and or should I even call it a map? It's very glitchy and buggy, and you shoot a bunch of Klingons and stuff. And here is the weird spoiler about it: is that, well, yeah, the Vulcan ambassador is one of the Undine 8472, and there's like that's your first introduction to it, which gotta say it's interesting. Now, the disjointedness of this playthrough, once you get that going, you go to your next one, Stranded in Space. You help a lost crew get rescued from their ship. When you get a distress call, you fight some Klingons, it's either Klingons or Nausicaans or Orions, but either way, you go and you you shoot them down, you save the crew, you beam out, you save them, and that's pretty much it. These two missions are completely unrelated. Now you go and do research and rescue. Now with this one, you beam down to a research center. The building is completely on fire. The Gorn have attacked because they think, oh, you're stealing our artifacts. We're ticked off at you. So, yeah, you meet a Cardassian scientist, and you're trying to go and get that settled and saved. So, you save all the people, you put out the fires, you gain the materials, then you go down to your next planet, which is like swamp territory when the Gorns capture more scientists. Now, I accidentally did beam out before I was able to go and get all the particles. That map is kind of confusing, a little bit hard. And then we have this other one that is also called Secret Orders. I think this one's related to Klingons, if I remember correctly. And you got three missions here, and I think that's all related to Klingons. And then you got this one down here. Now I don't remember exactly what these are about, but I know you go and you fight Klingons. You get involved into a Klingon story. So this is called the Klingon War and all, but honestly, if it is the Klingon War, you've got like only 3 main missions here, and here, I mean, yes, there are you're fighting Klingons here, which I guess. Oh, so that's okay. Now I see what it is. When you're doing the Undine stuff, you run into Klingons here. You're running into Klingons on this ship. So it is related, even though it's kind of like side note wise. They're just in these missions showing you that they're there. And there were no Klingons in this one. So yeah, they're kind of like basically a C level character or a B level character. Kind of a side plot point, that it's like, yeah, it's a Klingon war. The Klingons are going to interfere and cause trouble. So I guess that's how it works. Now, in this mission, I accidentally beamed up and did not get all the particles, but hopefully the game will regenerate things. So, instead of doing playthroughs, this is more my thoughts on these chapters. Now, as it is right now, I'm on this ship. My character is at this level. Well, what is his level? I do not know. Okay. So this is the date of the this is the date of when I created him. So he's been around for a week. Um and there's a lot of this stuff that I don't. Okay, I know what that's about, but these other tabs, I don't really understand how that works yet. Even though I've got a few Jemadar. I've experimented here and there with it. So yeah. So let's see now, where is his level at? Traits. And I just can't see it. I can't see what his level is. But okay, that's just how it is. So that's just how it is. So basically what I did is I went through and I played through the event for the Borg thing.
Warning, ship is under attack.
And this is what I got.
Right shield's failing.
So I'm in the 40s or 50s, playing essentially starting content of the game, which is fine, because that would help me out. But I'm thinking maybe this game, I'm not sure if doing this is more helpful or less helpful, because of this gunship's pretty tough. Assuming it is a gunship. Because look how easily I just get around. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's interesting, but these missions feel kind of disjointed. So not really a full war going on. At least that's kind of my opinion. The Klingons do take center stage in the next section of it. And originally I got up to part 6. If you go and you take all these things and just consider these things like all Klingon War, introduction, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. So yeah, on my first character that I've done this on, part 6 and part 7, I've never completed on, to be honest. And as I'm going to try to explain things with the game, I am apparently putting my ship and my crew at risk because I am showing my information sprays. I need a regenerating shield here. This is kind of cheating because I mean it's one phase. If you want to play linear, and I think intend to play linear, I should not be going and cheating like that. But yet, I am cheating because I'm using the Galacha ship and not that crappy starting ship that we all get at the beginning of the game. So even though I have this ship, I would not consider this as easy playing. And that's essentially you have it. This has become my main character because when I did the Arena of Sopek, I got actually for the first time in playing this game for a year on other characters, I've gotten into all 50 stages of that, and I unlocked a lot of achievements. And I don't remember the word, but I got quite a few, so this is my main character. And so this is the mirror version. And then I've got a Starfleet version. Well, a few Starfleet versions. And the time clock, an original time clock. But I like to have like hybrid species to play with. So that's why I like to go with the alien and make up my own character designs. So I'm apparently missing something here. And I would like to just be able to not have to worry about that. But I am still like worried about like how I'm going to get past these guys. But yeah, I'm going to end the log. So these are my thoughts on the Klingon War so far. And so I will consider this part 1 of the Klingon War. And I guess it just makes it easier just to do it this way because these are the beginning levels of the game, and it's supposed to be really easy. So to sum it up, so where is it at? Here. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of questions here. But yeah, Klingon War, because it's like it starts off with the Klingon War because when you got Spock talking about it, this was like the start of the game. And this might have been the first chapter, like the first part of Star Trek Online, and then maybe in a few months they did the Romulan Mystery, where they talk about the Klingon War, and so going to Vulcan, escorting a Romulan ambassador, Vulcan ambassador, getting interrupted by a Klingon, going to another planet, have to fight some other Klingons by surprise that abduct some Vulcans, and the Vulcan ambassador is 8472 and Undine, and they want to go and abduct the abbot at a Vulcan monastery, which I'm assuming that's the monastery in Star Trek Enterprise, to where Jonathan Archer and T'Pel, however you pronounce her name, go to the sacred monastery and find out that there is spy equipment to spy on the Andorians, and that was a really great episode. So, and they do mention that when you do play this episode, I think, but when you're on the Vulcan, so that's an actual nice earful to hear. But yes, that's a good Easter egg if you wanted to track down that episode. So then here is the space stranded in space episode part 2. Then the Gorm researcher rescue. That's at the end of what we're still kind of like, what I'm still kind of doing, fighting the ship here. And then I've got secret orders. I've got the Doomsday device. Which this Doomsday device is tied into, if you did the Kobayashi Maru, or the Kobayashi Maru, or Simulation, or played the original time traveling character, in the original what do you call it? TOS. that is in those missions, and I did play up to that. So I've played the Discovery character, the original TOS character, up until the point when you get into standard gameplay. But their original little mini factions, yes, I have played those. The Jemadar storyline as Jemadar for the Jemadar event, I played that. We've got, let me think, 2 standard Jemadars and 3 special Gamma recruits. So yeah, 5 Jemadars there. And so there you have it. So when I get through here, there's the Doomsday device. That is like the original Doomsday device from Kirk's time. That, of course, was destroyed. But this is a second one. And who knows where they come from? Because I don't know. Still interested. I spent time in this game basically going on special events, trying to get as much special stuff as I could for my characters and unlocks. And I haven't really played the game to completion yet. And I've got to probably do that on all my characters. Maybe I got to do it on all my characters at some point, but I don't know if I'm ever going to bother doing every single mission. Right now, these are just, I guess you could call them STO report logs. Klingon War, Part 1. That's what I'm going to call this video. So anyways, these are my thoughts on it so far. And right now, I am on Research Rescue. Then I'm going to stop playing this, and the next section will be going on Secret Orders. And this will also help me keep track of what I'm playing too. So these are my thoughts so far. Hope you've liked my hearing my thoughts on the game and all. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.